Everyone wants peace. Usually, we picture it as a getaway, a remote cabin in the woods, a silent retreat, or a pristine beach far away from the stress of our daily routines. When we tie our internal state to the scenery, we are calm only as long as the world is quiet. The moment a deadline drops or traffic backs up, that calm disappears alongside the external silence. To explore this dependency, we can look to an old fable. A king issued a royal decree. He'd offer a massive reward to any painter who could capture the absolute essence of peace on canvas. Artists from all over the kingdom flooded the palace with their work. After inspecting every entry, the king narrowed the field down to just 2 contrasting masterpieces. The choice he makes between these 2 paintings reveals the specific risks of building a mindset that requires a quiet environment to function. The first painting was an archetype of serenity. It depicted a crystal-clear, mirror-like lake reflecting snow-capped mountains and a bright blue sky filled with soft, white clouds. This imagery aligns with the standard expectation of tranquility, a world where nothing is moving and nothing is going wrong. The artist and the court were certain this piece would win. To them, it was the undisputed representation of a life without conflict. Yet, after examining this undisturbed landscape, the king rejected it entirely. He announced that the second painting would take the prize. To the crowd's shock, this canvas was the visual opposite of the serene lake. The upper half of the painting was dominated by dark, ominous thunderclouds rolling over jagged mountains, punctuated by sharp strikes of lightning. In the lower half, trees bent under the force of fierce winds next to a raging river that had surged over its banks. The focal point was a roaring waterfall that seemed to drown out any possibility of calm. The court demanded a logical explanation. They saw only noise and environmental chaos, the very things peace is supposed to exclude. This created a mystery for everyone present. How could a depiction of absolute disorder win a prize dedicated to perfect peace? The king ignored the broad strokes of the storm. He led the outraged artist to the canvas and pointed to a tiny, easily missed quadrant of the painting. Tucked directly behind the roaring waterfall, resting on a fragile branch, sat a small bird's nest. Inside that nest, a mother bird was calmly feeding her chicks. She remained gentle and focused on her task, even as the storm raged and the branch shook around her. The king explained that the first painting represented a fragile illusion. A life completely free of trouble, trials, or hard work is a state that rarely exists. He defined peace as the conscious ability to remain anchored and execute your duty while surrounded by anarchy. It is the capacity to stay focused on your goal when your environment is in shambles. Real peace is a psychological anchor maintained in the middle of a storm. This fable illustrates 2 distinct mindsets. We often navigate our modern lives by oscillating between them. The first painting mindset makes a person a victim of their surroundings. When quiet is required for calm, jagged stressors, like workplace conflict or a sudden bill, shatter your ability to function. You become a helpless passenger to your circumstances. The second painting mindset builds resilience. The focus shifts from trying to silence the world to strengthening the internal core. This allows a person to remain effective even when the environment suggests they should panic. Many of us spend our lives searching for peace in distant places or perfect scenarios that we hope will finally make us feel secure. But the only reliable sanctuary is internal resilience. Mastering the mind allows us to remain steady, regardless of the chaos outside.